look at men traveling, traveling thousands and thousands of miles just to get left. You traveled all the way to the Philippines. You need to stop from another man. The man, you know, the man of their race. And you don't see. Okay, we keep cutting in and out, man. I keep on getting disrupted. I don't got a good connection right now. Men going all the way over, traveling abroad, just to get a single mother, though. I mean, you couldn't get a single mother here. You know, a lot of these men too, they fall for the honey trap. I'm gonna make a video about the honey trap. A lot of you guys are not aware of, and you fall for it because you're so horny and desperate. These women, they set that honey trap for you to get wrapped and stuck in it. And once you fall for the honey trap, you know, it'll be super, super hard to get out of it. Don't fall for honey trap, man. I know what you're gonna say. Well, Kelcat, bro, you know, in the West, man, I'm starving. I ain't had no putang in about, 2 years. And I get over there. Well, I mean, don't get caught up. Don't let your desperation. Don't let your when you get over to them countries, they know you're desperate. And they're gonna suck your dick real good. Them single mothers, leftover females, they don't want you to go nowhere. They trying to get you into that honey trap. That's what it's called, the honey trap. And for you to go all the way to the Philippines just to get a leftover female, and on top of that, build a house for her. Let me tell you, when you traveling on, you rent. You don't buy a house because if something happened between you and her, the laws of the land, she get that house and you don't. That's when only disagree with sunshine shoulders. Hey, bro, what are you doing? You're building a house for a female, a single mother at that, and you think this is gonna be long lasting? Like this, even marriages, they all come to an end, man. Hardly anybody lives happily ever after, man. Even in those countries, you see what I'm saying? Even in those countries, nobody just between you and the female, guess what? She get the house, you don't. In the Philippines, the law of the land says that the females or whoever is Filipino or Filipino, they get the house, and you're left out on the streets, or you have to get a ticket to go back home. And you bought that house, you empty your savings. You dumb piece of crap. These leftover women are going to play you to death. Women overseas are not angels, man. Nothing is perfect over there. Yeah, are they better than American women? Yeah, but nothing is perfect. People do break up, People do break up. And for you to go over there and to buy a house, build a house, all land. I ran into another channel. It was some white guy. He was living with a leftover female, but he bought a house. Do that. I don't care if you guys or you, I should say, it's a man and a woman. I don't care if you people are in a tight knit relationship. You don't ever buy or build a house for a female for you and her to live in. If anything, build yourself a house. If you can't build yourself a house, don't build one at all. Because I know what you want to do. I know what you want to do. You want to live happily ever after in that picket fence or behind that picket fence. Nah, nothing's guaranteed. Not overseas. And for you guys to travel all that way just to get a single mother, you're the type of guy that'll wait for the shark to eat his meal so you can run over there and get the leftovers. That's what you're doing when you're taking in leftover emails. You know, in China, like, you know, they're serious about fertility. Like, if your son, let's say if you got a family, a Chinese family, their son, if their son get with a leftover female, they would be mad and be willing to dump their son off into the middle of nowhere. For real, this is a strict rule in China. They don't want their sons bringing home leftover females. If their son want to marry a female that's left over, they would disown their son. They're in China. I ain't lying. They serious about, you know, fertility. They want that woman to be as fertile as possible. You know, the families there in China, they don't want their sons marrying leftover females. They will be very upset, ready to disown their son. Seriously, didn't come from me. Go look it up. That term comes from China, leftover women. And they're serious about it. It's not like they joking about the leftover females. No, they really call them leftover females. Society calls them leftover females. And for you to come along, leftovers. What that say about you? You have no respect for yourself. No respect. There's no way in the world I would get with a leftover female. Once I find out that she has a kid by another man, I'm stopping talking to her. Won't talk to her. Done. I worked too hard. I went into monk mode just so I could have a single mother. I worked my behind off over here, went through homelessness, hit a jackpot, got a few million in the smoking. That guy that was dating, you know, a female, and he emptied his bank account to buy a house for him and her. I turned the channel. I'm not gonna subscribe to a guy like that. I said, no. First, you know, first, I uh, I subscribed to his channel. You know, he was talking about I emptied my bank account. That's what the video is called. Bank have a house with a female that he's with. Emptied his whole entire savings to buy a house for a female in Thailand. I think it was Thailand or Philippines, one of those. And you know, I unsubscribed. Right? Why did I unsubscribe? Because entire savings just so he'll buy a house with the female. And There's some other YouTubers, they did the same thing, man. Why would you want to do that? How stupid are you? You let the putang just whip you like that? Doesn't matter if you had a kid with her at all. Don't ever buy a house. I'm telling you right now. When you go over to these countries, don't ever buy a house for these females. That's what they want. That's their dream, is to own a house. No, you tell them we're going to be renting until the day that we die. If I can't have a house in my name, I don't want it at all. If it ain't me, if it ain't fixed where if me and her break up, I keep the house because I paid for it. If it ain't like that, I don't want the house at all. You got Captain Save the Whole men that go over to these countries, wife these leftover females up, and then buy houses for them. They empty the whole entire sentence just to buy that house. That's the biggest, dumbest thing you could ever do. You always should stay in the safe zone. That way, if she act up, you can kick her out. Now, in Thailand, you can buy a condo for yourself as a foreigner. Buy a condo. You can move a female in, but the moment she start acting up, you'll be able to kick her out. You see what I'm saying? You'll be able to kick her out. You know, and then that, you're going over there and you wifing up buying houses for a female that's a 4 in looks. She doesn't look like Beyonce. She doesn't look like Janet Jackson in her prime. She's an ugly female with a child. With a child. An ugly female that's a 4 with a child. 37 years old. I can understand some of these dudes are 50, 60 years old, but there are some 50-year-old dudes out there that are dating women without children. This movement, this passport movement is about going overseas, getting better options, not about that. You're making people look bad out here. If you can't have the cream of the crop, you don't want it at all. If you can't get people that's at least a 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 looks, at least that, you don't want her at all. A 4, no, I could get that in my home country. So you defeat the purpose. You defeat the purpose. You see what I'm saying? You're supposed to be going overseas to get better options, not get worse options. Like, bruh, you just traveled thousands and thousands of miles for a leftover woman. That don't bother you at all? You see, black men have been conditioned to take in leftovers. There's a lot of white men out there that have been conditioned to get the cream of the crop. Now, don't get me wrong, I've seen white men out there taking leftover women too, but it's not a lot of them though. You see what I'm saying? There are some white men that are married to single mothers that take in leftover women. They some of them do the same thing, but it's not a lot of them over there in Thailand and in Colombia or Brazil and the Philippines. A lot of white men are getting the stunners, women who are top at the cream of the crop, women who are at the cream of the crop. I'm all of that. And what I'm seeing right now is black men going over to Thailand and marrying leftover females, women who are overweight, way overweight, not just a little overweight, way overweight, fat, women who are undesirable. You travel all the miles just to get with a female that you can get here. I can get a fat woman here. I can get an undesirable female here. I can. I can get online and get an ugly woman here. Why would I want to move to another country to get an ugly woman over there? This movement is about getting better options, going overseas, getting better options, not getting worse options, bro. Doesn't make any sense, bro. To keep the travel that like how just to get a leftover female. Anyway, I'm in this video. You guys have a good day. Peace out. Take care.